Hello there, hello there, hello there, hello there, hello there. Welcome back to the Agostino Zinga Show, episode number 872, with your host, Agostino Zinga. This is episode number 872, with your host, Agostino Zinga, coming at you live and direct from an undisclosed location somewhere within the depths of East London. How you doing? How you feeling? Great, amazing. How am I? All good in the hood, all good in the hood. No, I lie. I'm not good in the hood, actually. United just managed to scrape by Leicester, one of the worst teams in the league, one of the worst teams in the country. They nearly bopped off the park, and we nearly got deservedly knocked out of the FA Cup, which we probably should have been knocked out if there was VAR. If there was VAR, we would have been knocked out, because that goal at the end from Harry Maguire was offside. We were horrible. But I'm going to get on that later on in the show. Actually, you know what? Because I'm so mad, let's just get onto it now. Let me just get all my frustration and anger at this fucking poxy club out of the way before I start with the number one cultural commentary show in the world. Let's just get that out of the way. Bumba-rotted. Okay, so United played Leicester at home in the fourth round of the FA Cup. It's probably our only chance for silverware, realistically. It's still a very hard cup to win, but I think if you weigh the chances between us winning the Europa League and us winning the FA Cup, I've said FA Cup, I think there's more likelihood that we could win the FA Cup. We could probably scum win that instead of the Europa League. I think the Europa League, there's still enough good teams in there that could probably give us a bit of trouble, and we probably wouldn't get too far as soon as we face the good teams. You saw how much we struggled against Rangers. You saw how much we struggled against Steaua Bucharest. So I'm not that confident I'll be able to do well in the Europa League. But the FA Cup is a good chance for trophies. Now, me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of this trophy mentality some of our United fans have, especially at this stage in the club's process. I think trophies usually paper over the cracks. I don't want us to be like Arsenal, where every year we're just progressing and there's no trophies to show for it. But I also don't want us to be a glory hunting trophy team where as long as we win a trophy, the season is deemed to be a success, even if we finish 13th. I don't want that. I basically want everything. I want us to perform well on the pitch. I want there to be good signings. I want there for the players to improve. I want it to be a discernible improvement in the coaching. And I also want us to get results and obviously get trophies. I don't want us to just get trophies and then do away with the performances. That's not what I want. That's why we got rid of Erik ten Hag. Because Erik ten Hag was the master of winning trophies with this shit team and with these shit signings and with shit tactics. I don't want it to continue on. I've had enough of that. And the evolution that we need to go through, like every team's going through now, like Liverpool are going through, is playing champagne football while also trying to win things. That's what you should be trying to do. Anyway, I digress. The team selection for this particular game against Leicester was very weird, considering the signings that we had. Because let's not cut any corners. The January transfer window for United was horrible. Terrible. We signed a player from Lecce no one heard of before we signed him. And we signed a youth player from Arsenal called Heaven, who's going to be playing at centre-back. So we signed two very young defenders, unproven in the league, unproven at this level. That's not a good enough transfer window, especially when we get rid of Rashford. We send flipping Anthony on loan. That's not a good window for me at all. We needed a lot of signings, and I really don't understand. I'm really confused why Ineos would go out of their way, would try so hard, pay the compensation fee to get Amarin out of his contract mid-season at Sporting Lisbon to bring him over to United, not to give him the players that he needs in January to play the style of football that he needs to play. It doesn't make any sense. Obviously, Amarin is also to blame because I don't think he signed without that knowledge. I think the club told him, hey, when you come here, there's going to be no money. If you sell a player, you can use that money to buy a player, but the only thing available is going to be a small bit of money, maybe some loans, but there's going to be no big money for big signings. So when you come, you have to make do with the players that you have. So my feeling is that he still hasn't done enough with the players that we have, but I still think we are not 13th for a reason. We're not 13th without a reason, sorry. We are fucking terrible. So if we're fucking terrible, give this manager players to play his football or just write the season off. I don't get it. Anyway, we continue. So we signed Dogu, who's this great attacking fullback. Again, I've not heard much of him, but he's this left-footed fullback that's meant to be, you know, a starter for our team. We line up with Dogu playing as a right wing back. Can somebody explain how that makes sense? You go all that way to sign a left wing back, to play your style of play, then you play him on the wrong side. Then you play Dallo, who's terrible as a wing back anyway, on the other side, even though he's right-footed. What does that make? How does that sense that makes? I guess what he wanted to do was to get those two players to cross inside, to cut in and cross the balls with their left foot on the inside of the pitch. But surely you'd want to bring the best out of them by playing them on their preferred flanks. So you switch Dallo and Dogu either side. Either way, I thought Dogu played pretty well in the first half. I think he was probably our best attacking outlet. Every time Dogu got the ball, I felt like he looked after it well. He was adding a bit of a threat. He was drifting inside and becoming an extra man in the middle. Like, he played fairly decently. So I was surprised when he got subbed off after the first half. But regardless, we're already 1 goal down. So maybe Amrin was panicking and trying to do something to get a reaction out of the team. No problem. The only issue that I have was that in that first half, I don't think we registered a shot on target. For all our quote-unquote domination, we didn't register a shot on target. And you know what's funny about this game? This game reminded me of the Crystal Palace game in the league. Leicester didn't even play that well. Leicester didn't have to do that much to score the goal. But they were comfortable until half-time. They were comfortable. They scored the goal. Well taken goal, actually. I think that guy for Leicester, El Khanousi, who plays number 11, who plays in the number 10 position, I wouldn't mind him at United, you know. He looks tidy. El Khanousi looks tidy. He looks like your standard Middle Eastern Arabic player in terms of his ability to like control the ball, his studs, roll the ball, drop a shoulder, nutmeg, step overs. He looks really good in that number 10 position, and he's got a bit of an engine on him. He got the ball on the side, on the left hand side, I think, rolled the ball, kind of did a little jink past Euro, which is kind of concerning, by the way. Euro looks like he's a bit susceptible to a little bit of a drop shoulder. If somebody drops a shoulder to Euro, he goes fucking spinning. So he spun around, gave some space. He crosses the ball in the middle. I think Ndidi hits the ball. It hits one of our defenders. And then I think, if I'm not mistaken, who was it that smashed the ball in? I think it was Decoy over Reed. Yeah, I think so. I think that was a player that ended up scoring a goal for them. So against a run of play, really, first half. But then again, we're so shit that I don't, begrudge it. Overall, it was a terrible quality game, by the way. Let's not get that twisted. Then, of course, in the second half, changes are getting made. He brings on Garnacho for Dogu, if I'm not mistaken. And then I think Zersky comes on later on. And the game kind of changed with Garnacho's substitution. You have to give that guy a lot of credit. Although he's very frustrating, there's a chance that he could have probably passed it, but he went to a shot. The one thing I like about Garnacho is similar to something I like about Anthony, who's unlucky to be sent on loan, to be honest. I think manager should have used him a bit more. The Garnacho thing is, like, he's got tenacity. He's always getting on the ball. He always runs at his defenders. He's not afraid to keep running at his defenders. Even if the defender's got him in his pocket. Even if the defender has Garnacho in their pocket, Garnacho still runs at the defender. And I love that about him. I love his courage. I love his ability to get back up and keep running. He definitely has a good engine on him, but the end product is a bit meaty. The end product is a bit meaty from Garnacho, especially the chance that he had where the defender cleared it off the line. Good clearance for the defender. He kind of just hit it, and he was lucky to hit the crossbar and it came out. But I think a good player, a top player in that position, would have probably dinked it over the keeper. Would have probably gave the keeper the eyes and knocked it opposite corner. But they would have finished it without the assistance of without any assistance or without the defender clearing it. They would have easily chipped it over the goalkeeper. So I think his inability to have a good finish in that position was a little bit concerning. But still, give him all the credit. He played pretty well. He impacted the game. And essentially, I think he set up the assist for Zersky's goal, if I'm not mistaken. Zersky as well was really good when he came on. Looked after the ball amazingly well. You can't say the same thing for Højlund. Højlund looks like he needs a break. But we can't give him a break because the team is struggling so much. But Højlund needs a break because he's looking so shit. His first touch is like, honestly, hospital first touch. It just keeps going and it's just insane how bad his first touch is. His lack of movement, his lack of aerial ability threat. Although he's like 6'3" and built like a shit brick house, like he just isn't getting about the pitch well. He keeps picking himself up off the ground. Like he's just looking horrendous. So if I was Amarin, I would just persist with Zersky. Zersky isn't like pulling up any trees himself, but he's definitely the better option of the two. And just keep playing Zersky until he gets some form. He's already got a goal now. And then just leave Højlund on the bench because he needs a break. He's looking very bad. He's looking low on confidence and just terrible as a player. Forget the confidence, just terrible. And then another thing that needs to get also mentioned is the winning goal by Harry Maguire at the end. We probably didn't deserve that winning goal. We probably did not deserve that winning goal. Very lucky. If we had VAR, that goal wouldn't have stand. The linesman, I don't know what the fuck he was looking at. He was looking at the line directly. He was in line with the line of defenders and attackers, and somehow he missed that 3 of our players were offside. 3 players were on the other side of the line, impeding the attacking play. He didn't call it, but you have to give Harry Maguire also credit. Excellent header, by the way. Very hard header to do, but excellent header. Far post, knocked it into the ground. It went into the bottom corner, so a really good header. But again, I think that was lucky. That papered over the cracks. I'm happy after the game. Amorim in the post-match press conference was very angry, clearly very frustrated. He didn't do what Erik ten Hag would have done, was be like, oh, it's a good performance, eh? Like, he didn't do all that nonsense. He was really straight about how, and honest and blunt about how the performance wasn't good enough, how we always have to kind of go down to get started. Like, I like how angry he clearly was about that performance, because watching it as a United fan, I just couldn't understand why these players couldn't get going. And every time we kept the ball, we were meandering at the back, passing the ball from the left to the right, to the middle, to the left, to the right, to the middle, back again. Sometimes our players would get the ball like Maino in space. And instead of running into space, you turn back and pass it back again. Like, we just look awful. And part of me is going to blame the Glazers, because I still think the reason why we're here right now in this current position playing as badly as we are is because of the Glazers' decision to give Erik ten Hag a contract extension at the end of last season. I think the smart, sensible thing would have been to sack Erik ten Hag in the summer after the FA Cup win against Man City, shake hands, send that fucking board forward on his way, and then give Amorim the summer and the pre-season to go with these players, get who he wants out and sign these players. Man United board didn't do that. Ineos didn't do that. Instead, they gave that fucking cunt a contract extension. He signed more players. We come into this season playing as bad as we are, 10 games into the season. We're already, I think we were 8th when Amorim took over, and basically the season was already written off. But I have to also stick some blame on Amorim. He came in I think on the 11th game, and I don't think it's been good enough. I still think there's enough of the season left for him to have done better with these players. But I'm also not ignorant of the fact that if this clearly elite manager who was doing bits at Sporting Lisbon, winning the league, smashing teams in the Champions League, and doing what needs to be done there, if that guy, and I think he won the first league for Sporting Lisbon in many, many years over there, so he's clearly a top manager. If he's struggling with these players and we keep sacking managers, then surely these players have something to blame. I don't think these players are included. I think I overestimate or overhype these players. The reason why we are playing this way is because these players are shit. It's not their fault, but I think they're shit. And they're playing to their max of their ability. But it's just weird how the board aren't giving Amorim money to buy the players that he needs to play, the player we need to play. But Amorim still needs to get more out of these players, because unfortunately, we're not Arsenal. We can't just let him develop and, figure it out. We need results. We need them quickly. We need performances. We need them quickly. And I guess, as he said, all the players and the coaching staff are on trial until the summer. And, in a perfect world, if it was up to me, I'd want us to get knocked out of every cup competition. And I'd want him to focus entirely on the league. Have the entire week to coach these players on the training ground. And then we play, our Premier League games every weekend. That's what I would want. Fuck the Europa League, fuck the FA Cup. Just focus entirely on the league. But our fan base is, obsessed with trophies. Some of our fan base wants us to finish in the top 4 still, which is fucking delusional, which ain't going to happen. I don't think this squad has the ability to try to win it, try to finish top 4, try to win the Europa League, try to win the FA Cup. We just haven't got it. We haven't got the players to do all 3. We have to choose 1, at most 2. And personally, if it was me, get out of the cup competitions and focus on the league. In a really ideal way, if I was really going on my black pill shit, I would say fuck everything, and I would want us to lose every league game and get relegated. Because if we get relegated, the Glazers might leave. They might sell the club because we're not making them any money. That would be ideal. But then I wasn't sure if the fans would like it either, whatever. But regardless, an absolutely terrible game of football. I don't think you'll see a worse game in the FA Cup, even against lower league sides. Terrible, terrible quality from both sides. Leicester, even though they played well, probably didn't deserve to go through either. We're terrible. They probably should have killed us in the first half. Garbage game. We got away with murder. It is what it is. It is what it is. I fucking hate this club. I absolutely hate this club with all my heart. I swear to God. I hate this club with all my freaking heart. I really do. Anyways, moving on. Let's talk a little bit about Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga has a new music video out at the moment for her tune called Abracadabra, which I am absolutely obsessed with. Really happy because this is a return to form, a return to dance music, a return to electronic music, a return to vibes, a return to celebration, a return to dancing, a return to choreography, and my, it is absolutely sensational. And it's really good to get reminded of how good she is as an artist, because you don't really hear much of this version of Gaga in recent years, and there's been a ton of new acts coming out who have tried to, you know, take her spot, who have tried to fill that void. But it's always nice to be reminded of, like, no, Gaga is Gaga for a reason, and Abracadabra is another reminder of that. An incredibly easy, danceable track, still has the, I would say, emotion that you would mostly get from Lady Gaga songs, where every track kind of means something and gives you some sort of guttural feeling. A track that you wouldn't be amiss to hear in the lounge of some fancy hotel bar. A tune that you wouldn't be amiss to hear in a warehouse rave somewhere. A tune that you'd love to hear at a beach party, play somewhere around family. It's absolutely incredible. And the best part about the single, has to be the music video. The music video is so freaking good. There's scenes in it with Honey Balenciaga. You know Honey Balenciaga, the fucking iconic, I guess you'd call her ballroom dancer. Probably where Honey Balenciaga got her fame from, but I'd say mostly for just being a bit of a boss, and also part of the Beyonce Renaissance tour, if I'm not mistaken. Honey Balenciaga is featured on the track, but the music video itself with Lady Gaga dressed in red, the dancers around her dressed in black, then the all-white scenes, some of the hand movements and the choreography, just sensational shit. Like, honestly, sensational, you know, awe-inspiring, goosebump-worthy shit that I definitely recommend you check out. Definitely one of my favorite singles to come out this past weekend. An amazing track, really fucking amazing. I've enjoyed listening to it again and again and again, and the music video is just absolutely stellar. The choreography on it is fucking amazing. I saw an article about how a lot of the wardrobe was upcycled stuff that allegedly Gaga pulled from her own archive and shit that had got that got kind of upcycled and shit, which is pretty good in terms of sustainability shit. But in general, just an amazing music video, an amazing single. Please check it out. Ridiculously good. Ridiculously good. I also want to mention that I've been listening to this album by this group called ANOTR. It's spelled ANOTR. I didn't really know much about this group, I'm not gonna lie, until I saw a video of theirs go viral on, I think, Instagram, of this song that they have, which is titled, what's the title of that song? Let me see it quickly here. It was a famous song that they have. A title of the song is called Relax My Eyes. I saw them playing a clip of it somewhere. I don't know where it was, a rave somewhere, and it was absolutely amazing. And I've seen now them play, or I've heard this album from them called On a Trip. And let me just tell you, the album is a trip. It sounds, I don't know, it sounds weirdly like, imagine if Tyler the Creator tried to make dance music or electronic music. This is what it'd sound like. The track particularly I want you to check out, if you haven't checked it out yet, is track 6 called Don't Understand Ya. Don't Understand Ya, track 6, featuring a guy called Tyler Daly, which is funny because it's Tyler the Creator, actually sounds like a Tyler the Creator track. The whole album does. It gives me Tyler the Creator vibe. It gives me Majid Jordan types of vibe as well. In terms of its electronic feel, maybe a bit faster than Majid Jordan, but that kind of slow, bassy, deep house R&B type of vibe. It is so good. Honestly, I tell you, it's amazing. So please check it out. One of my favorite albums to come out actually of this past weekend is called On a Trip by a band or a group called ANOTR. It's spelled ANOTR, like the cool way. Check it out. It's available now on all your digital streaming platforms. Next, I want to talk about this series I'm watching called Paradise. I'm not sure if you guys have heard about this. A series called Paradise. I think it might be on Hulu, but I'm watching it, you know, how I watch stuff. And let me tell you, it's really good. Now, I'm a little bit on the fence because after episode 4, it looks like it's already falling off a cliff. You know how these series do? They kind of honey dick you. They give you a really good pilot first episode. Then they give you decent second and third. And then it kind of falls off, you know? It's like, oh man, you did that so you can guarantee you get good views the first week, so that you could maybe get yourself a second season, but you're not really looking to tell a good story. So it's annoying. And I think it's only 8 episodes left. No, I think only 8 episodes, I think. Limited series. So for it to already be falling off at the midway point is concerning. But I'm hoping it's just like a middle horrible episode and it's going to pick up in the 5 and 6. But let me give you the basic premise. The basic premise of this episode, of this show, it focuses on a bodyguard of the president played by Sterling K. Brown, I think his name is. And he's the main protagonist of this show. So essentially what happens is that he's a security guard. He's the main bodyguard of the president. And we find out in this, again, this is spoiler alert. If you're going to watch it, spoiler alert, make sure you mute me in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sterling K. Brown plays a main bodyguard, for the president. Then we follow him as there's basically a near apocalyptic event where a meteor hits the planet Earth, and I guess it wipes everybody out. So they gather together like a group of scientists and whatever it may be, astrologists, environmentalists, urban planners, architects and shit, to basically decide who I think it's 20,000 people who they're going to pick to kind of, to save from this apocalyptic event. And the way they want to save everybody is that they've found an island. There's a mountain somewhere in America where they want to basically build a civilization, like an own little world thing inside that mountain. And they want to select 20,000 people to go inside there. So you follow the security guard as he basically protects the president during this sort of transition. And as the series goes on, you find out that the president, unfortunately, his wife wasn't able to make it to the meetup point to get to the mountain. So this guy has to look after their 2 children by themselves. So there's that tension. Then there's a tension of the president also not being the best president. Like, he's a little bit, little bit of a playboy, doesn't really take the presidency too seriously. And then on the picture here, the lady on the right is the main, I guess, scientist kind of person. She's also the person that is quietly also in charge. She's kind of the president behind the president. And she's the one in charge of bringing all the people together, but she's also a little bit cuckoo, and a little bit power hungry and a little bit dark and cold. So she also plays a malevolent role behind the scenes in terms of fucking stuff up. So again, it sounds complicated, but essentially it's one of those like, oh, the world has ended. There's a small amount of people left. They now have to figure out how to navigate this new world. Oh, and by the way, when they build a new world in the mountain, they build it in such a way like similar to the Truman Show, where it's inside of a mountain, but it's inside of a dome. And they have like an artificial sunlight. It goes dark. The sun rises. They have shops and shit. Like, it's like a little town. So everybody in there kind of tries to begin a life again as per usual. But everybody else on the outside is dead. But the twist in the story is that they send scientists out of the mountain to go to the ground, to the ground floor. I guess to the mainland to see what's going on after this apocalyptic event. And the scientists discover that the apocalyptic event, although it wiped everybody out, it's not hazardous. Planet Earth is okay. It's habitable. The air is breathable. But before they can go back down to report that news, this lady on the right sends another bodyguard to go and kill those scientists so they can't come back and tell people that Earth is okay to repopulate. So there's that weird tension. Like, why doesn't she want people to go back up to get out of the mountain? Why are they staying in the mountain? It's this weird thing going on. So it's a really good series. Personally, I like it. It's got a little bit of sci-fi. It's mostly a whodunit because the president on the left-hand side dies in like the first episode. So they try to find out who killed him. And then as they find out who kills him, other things unravel. So it's more of a whodunit, but it's a really good thriller. It's also got a bit of sci-fi in it. And for myself, being a little bit of a, undercover urban planning architect fan, it's quite cool to see how they've gone into the ideas around how to kind of create a small town inside of a mountain, what sort of things that they've implemented societally to kind of make people feel as if they're not living in a mountain, to kind of, to force communication, to basically encourage cohabitation, community, friendship, relationships, blah, 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 blah. So it's pretty decent. I like it. I've enjoyed watching it, and there's no annoying characters in it, really. Everybody's kind of, you can root for and kind of like and stuff. So if you're struggling to find something to watch, I recommend you check out this series called Paradise. I think it's available on Hulu, but if you haven't got Hulu, I'm sure you'll be able to find it. I'm sure you'll be able to find it. Cool. Moving on deep. Let's talk a little bit about Eric Brunetti. Eric Brunetti from FUCT. I'm sure some of you know FUCT, legendary old school streetwear brand from back in the day. He's been in the industry for a very long time. I'd guess maybe around the same times as like Stussy, James Jebbia, those type of eras. Maybe not, actually not, maybe a little bit later, maybe like 90s. So not, maybe a little bit later, a little bit at the same time, but you know what I mean. But for whatever reason, FUCT has never been as successful as even Stussy. I feel like Stussy obviously went for a bit of a dip, then it came back up again. But Supreme's always been chugging along. But FUCT has always been a bit in and out, in and out. I'm not too sure if that's because of him purposely not wanting to make FUCT bigger, or if it's because of his very, you know, sometimes brash personality and the way he kind of touches off in the industry maybe has prevented him from making FUCT a big success. I don't know. It could be a bit of both. Anyway, FUCT has been in the news courtesy of Stay Grounded because FUCT has accused Palace of copying his designs based on something that he saw in the Palace fall winter, I don't know, in the Palace spring summer 2025 collection. They just put it out recently with the lookbook and the product range, and Eric Brunetti, the founder of FUCT, saw something in there that he thought was very similar to something that he designed, and he decided to get on social media and call out Palace for copying his designs. So let's check out what he has to say here. So this is courtesy of Stay Grounded, and as it shows here, there's a picture of the jacket that Eric Brunetti thinks Palace ripped off from him. The jacket itself features, I don't know what type of camo that is. I wish I could tell you. Maybe it's map camo or something. It's kind of like a mixture. Like it looks like maps. It looks like outlines of continents. But they've also got like brush and bushing in it. And then the base is brown. And on the back is this really cool logo, which I really like, to be fair. And I'm not really the biggest fan of Palace or the big branding, but I like their logo here. It's really nice. It's like this. It's basically a blue semicircle with Palace written in like italic font. But then where the P is, they've got a cobra in the shape of a P, which is a really clever way to do the Palace logo. I kind of like that. I'm not going to lie. It looks really hard. That logo looks sick on a hat or a white t-shirt or something, but they put it on this camo jacket. Eric Brunetti saw it and got flipping mad. He wrote on the comments underneath the post on the Palace Instagram. So he really took it to them. He added them. He didn't do no sly indirects. He went straight underneath the post and wrote this comment. So I'd love to know what those guys must have thought when they saw it. He wrote the following. Let me guess. The art department conversation went something like this. Boss, well, we couldn't exactly do the Ford FUCT logo on cap. Oh my God, no way. Is that what he thinks it is? Is that what he thinks it is? He thinks this is a flip of the Ford FUCT logo. No way. That's a reach, bro. Look, so this is the Ford FUCT logo. So I'm sure you guys know what the Ford logo looks like. So essentially, Eric Brunetti did this logo, right? Which essentially is a flip and a copy of the Ford logo. But it's a really clever logo. The Ford logo with the blue semicircle where it's written Ford in like kind of that nice Cyrillic italic sort of font thing. He done the same thing and just wrote FUCT, F-U-C-T. Quite clever. Now, Palace have done that, have basically taken this base, I guess, without the ring on the outside and just wrote Palace, but have used a cobra, which I think is a really clever design, a really clever flip. So he took the logo from Ford, Eric Brunetti, and then copied that. And then Palace maybe took the Ford thing or his thing and developed it onwards and upwards. That's what you're meant to do as a designer. But for some reason, he thinks this logo is more of a copy of his stuff, when really you could say he copied Ford, Palace copied him. So what's the problem? You know, like, what is the problem? Jesus Christ, this guy, man. So, the FUCT logo on camera, but we can't do something close. Art department guy. Okay, boss, say no more. I'll mock up FUCT Brunetti. We've been pinning his designs on our mood board since day one. Why we all suddenly care? Art department guy. Also, did you see Brunetti wearing the tough guy gold bomber jacket? I'll mock it up. What? Why would you write a comment like that anyway? What's he trying to do? Like, he's trying to write a script. Just write the comment yourself properly. Just say, yo, fuck Palace. Why are you copying my design for? I designed this back in 1982, 1946, wherever this guy is fucking born. Like, don't stop copying my designs. Like, call them out with your whole chest. Why are you writing these fucking fake script things? Like, what the fuck is this? This makes absolutely no sense. And also, even I, being the big Palace hater that I am, I can definitely say this is a big reach. And even if it wasn't a reach and it was true, he copied the Ford. He copied the Ford logo. They copied his. It's all fair. It's all fair in fucking streetwear when it comes to fucking copying. That's the whole premise of the fucking streetwear basis anyway. You take logos and you flip them. You flip them in interesting ways. Like everyone fucking does that. Calling out people for taking your flip and flipping it again is absolutely insane when you flipped it for something else. It's not. Nothing is original. You took it from another idea. It makes absolutely no sense. And also him calling himself a tough guy because he's wearing a Gold's Gym bomber jacket. I guess because Palace have in their range a flip of that Gold's Gym logo on a hat and some jumpers and shit, which looks pretty cool. I think instead of having the guy holding dumbbells, it's got a guy that's got his back towards you, but then he's got the whole barbell hanging on his dick, I guess. It's a really clever design. Oh, flip of a logo, and now he's complaining about that also. Come on, man. You should be congratulating them for being able to flip the flip. Like, that's a pretty good flip that they've done. But instead, he's fucking hating. And also writing these weird, I don't know, these scripts that don't make any fucking sense. Like, I guess in his head, he thinks this is funny, but it's not. And also, I love how he thinks Palace are like copying all these designs. Like, they can't come up with anything themselves. They've been copying him from day one. Probably, most likely, he got told by somebody in there back in the day once that they had one of his designs on their mood board. That's the whole point. It's a mood board. Mood boards, you're meant to put up things on there that inspire you or things that kind of interest you, things that you want to maybe explore. It could be anything. It could be a plant pot. It could be a logo. It could be a fucking a street sign. And he's now thinking because they had his stuff up on their mood board once maybe, that everything they do now is a derivative of things that he's done. Like even if it was, like, I swear this guy was born, he's probably old enough to be the fucking Palace founders' dads and shit. Of course they're going to look to what you've done. You were one of the OGs. Like, that should be a fucking a compliment to you. But these motherfucking older streetwear dudes are so fucking bitter. Maybe that's all it is. Maybe it's just the fact that he's bitter that FUCT is not as big as Palace. They've come in late in the, well, not late in the game, they came in after him, and they've basically been able to take this, you know, until the fucking sky's the limit for them. I think I just saw a headline the other day that Palace opened another store in Korea. They're fucking killing it with the collaborations. Personally, I don't like it. I think there's too many collabs, there's too many products. It's a bit overkill, but clearly it's working. I think I walked past the store the other day. There was a queue outside of it, just on a random day. So they're clearly doing something right. And maybe this is just all it is, just pure and utter jealousy. He just can't handle that they've done as well as they've done. And then here he goes. How do I know? Okay, so he continues on, right? He's continuing talking again. He says, how do I know Palace is blatantly ripping off FUCT? Because Gareth has spies amongst his ranks. Yes, they text me, DM me, etc. Yes, I have receipts, but I won't rat them out. I was always cool about it, and we even laugh about it, but enough is enough. Palace is a huge company. FUCT is a real streetwear brand. What does it even mean, a real streetwear brand? Because you didn't grow. Because you didn't quote unquote sell out. Because no one's bothered to make you want to sell out. Because you don't have many stores around the world. That somehow you are more real than other people. Like, get fucked, bro. Get fucked. Maybe you're only real because of your personality and attitude. You're so fucking unlikable that no one wants to work with you, so you have no other choice but to be real. You can't exactly sell out because brands think you're a quote unquote brand risk and you're just hard to get along with, so they kind of just run away from you, which is okay because you get to still service your own community and fan base. But allow mocking other people for doing well and then saying that you're the realist because you're not doing well. Like, get out of here, man. Also, your company could have been huge too. You started this. Like it's actually a failure on your part. If you're FUCT, it's actually a failure on their part that they're not as big as Palace, if not bigger. They were here before, where there was no competition as much as it is now, where there was, you know, way more money around for people to spend and buy stuff and make things. Like, come on, man. And it was pre-COVID. Like, you could have killed it, but it didn't. So you blame yourself. We are small, very small, and always have been. Usually the pioneers are the ones who take the financial beatings. This is true simply because we've laid out a blueprint for others to capitalize on. So you're admitting you laid out the blueprint. This is the thing I don't hate about these people. They want you to give them flowers. Older people like this, right? They want you to give them flowers. They want you to pay them their dues. But then when you pay them their dues by honoring what they do, by flipping or building on what they've done in your own way, they then call you out and say that you're copying them. Say it's plagiarism. What the fuck are you talking about? If you set the blueprint, if you're the OG, that's what you're meant to be doing. You're meant to be handing the baton to the people coming behind, the younger ones, so they can go and run on and keep this thing going. It's not just meant to be all about you. You're not the be-all and end-all of streetwear, sorry. You pass away, the thing kind of fucking continues. God forbid don't pass away anytime soon, but still, you get what I mean. Like, what the fuck is this guy talking about, man? It continues. What more is he saying here? More ranting from him? Let's see here. It's the jacket that gave you guys away as extreme fans. When will Palace Skateboard cowboy boots be released? Yeah, and Pharrell can chat about me over champagne. What? So I guess this is the thing about this sort of stuff, right? The issue with this sort of stuff is that I'm gonna pull back a bit with my rage upon Eric Brunetti, because he reminds me so much of the cunts that I grew up with and was surrounded with in the London streetwear scene. Like, absolute fucking cunts. To this day, if I see some of these guys, like, honestly, like, I might crash out. Like, absolute fucking cunts. Treated us like shit when we were coming up. Were really trying to big time us, letting their nuts hang, making us feel like we're fucking idiots, when really they were just jealous, or really they were just fucking bitter and angry that young people were coming in and kind of gaining interest in the thing that they were interested in also. But just complete and utter fuckheads, most of them, if not all of them. They know who they are. Capital cunts. But to be fair to him, to be fair to this guy, I bet you most of the stuff he's talking about is true. I bet you most of the stuff he's talking about is stuff that's happening behind the scenes, but we have no context of it. So he's crashing out about things that he's heard or seen in real life, but we've not seen it because it's happening behind the scenes and everyone's keeping hush. So he's crashing out in public and it's making him look crazy, but he's not crazy. Probably something's happening. But that's the thing. If that's true, you have to just keep it yourself. If you're not going to bring receipts, if you're not going to say what's actually going on, then there's no, we just see you crashing out and it looks mad. It kind of reminds me of like when Joe Budden recorded like 17 disses against Drake that time. None of us had any inside knowledge, but allegedly they were having some behind the scenes beef and stuff because of girls, because of this, whatever. But we had no knowledge of it because Drake never addressed or never replied to Joe Budden. Not Rogan, Joe Budden. Joe Budden just kept dropping this after this after this, and he kept looking mad, but he wasn't mad. He was doing it because, you know, Drake behind the scenes was fucking him over. So same goes here. Palace are probably fucking him over. I'm not going to doubt that. Yeah, I doubt he's just crashing out for no reason, but it just makes him look like such a lame. He looks like such a lame doing this. Like, someone as old as him should know a lot, should know better, should conduct himself in a better way, and it's just completely lame. It reeks of jealousy. It reeks of bitterness and just grumpy old man energy. Just needs to allow it, personally, for me. And what's a random Pharrell shot there? I don't get it. And also, I'm sorry, but it's Gold's Gym, one of the most recognizable gyms in the world, with one of the most recognizable brand logos in the world too. To suggest that Palace could only have gotten the idea of flipping this logo because you wore the jacket is crazy. It's crazy. Especially, when did he wear this jacket? Like, that's what I would like to know. When did he wear this jacket in this picture? At what time? At what year? Maybe they could even get receipts and show that they designed this jacket way ahead of time before he even wore it. But to think that somebody, it would be different if it's his logo. He's getting pissed off that Palace have flipped a logo of something he was wearing. Like, how do you even notice that stuff anyway, man? Like, he's obsessed with Palace, bro. He is fucking obsessed with Palace. Really is. And he circles the logo. Yeah, we know what it looks like. To be fair, I think this is a really clever logo flip. I said it before when I reviewed some of the Palace range. I think this is a really clever logo flip to get the guy and reverse him so his back's facing you and he's flexing his biceps and then the barbell is, I guess, hanging off his boner is absolutely hilarious. It's a really good fucking flip. But for some reason, Eric Brunetti thinks that Palace could have only gotten that logo idea because of him. Like, come on, man. Like, do yourself a favor. And then he continues here commenting, saying, Gareth, if you wanted a collab, just ask. I guess he's talking about one of the founders of Palace, like, which is dumb. To be fair, at the level that Palace produce work, I don't know how many collaborations they do in a single year, but they present 2 collections per year, spring and winter, tons of collabs. To think that they need ideas from him is insane. They must have, like, I don't know, a bajillion designers in-house plus freelance. To think that they need ideas from him is fucking insane. It really is. The arrogance, man, the narcissism. It continues. In all seriousness, I've noticed that since the inception of Palace, it looks a lot like FUCT. I've known Gareth since Slam City Skates. Oh, big up Slam City Skates, by the way. One of the best skate shops back in the day that I used to go to in Covent Garden. Again, another place that treated me like shit. But unfortunately for them, and fortunately for me, once I got myself ingratiated in the skate scene, started flipping skating at that, what's it called? That that Mile End skate park for a couple of times and went to a few screenings. They were a bit nicer to me, but a few of those guys in there, specifically, who's that one guy? I think it was Jake, innit? Jake guy? He was a bit of a cunt. Warmed up after a while, but he was, oh, what a miserable cunt. The type of person that would sometimes ask you, I think one time he asked some kid like if they kickflip, they could get the SBs. Because this is a weird time in fucking sneaker, streetwear, skateboarding times where the skate shops would get the SBs, but the skate shops would be pissed off that sneakerheads and hypebeasts were going to buy SBs in their shop, because I guess back then the skate shops weren't doing well, so they were getting really annoyed that hypebeasts and sneakerheads were only after the SBs and not buying any shoes or not buying any decks, any hardware, anything else. So some shops were fucking cheeky and they would maybe force you to buy a piece of hardware or clothing if you wanted the SBs, or some of them, if you wanted to get them for, I think it's a discount or maybe jump the queue, they would ask you if you could do a kickflip. Like, can you do can you do a kickflip? And then if you did the kickflip, they'll give you the thing. Imagine like getting us like to be like performing monkeys so you could purchase some shoes. Honestly, the attitude amongst the students was so, I understand why they did that, because hypebeasts can be annoying, but Jesus Christ, man, treating us like that was so fucking awful. But anyway, what can you do? By the way, just to I never did the kickflip. I'm not gonna jump, you know, and flip around to get some shoes. If I can't buy them, I'm just gonna go. I'm not about to be performing like a dancing monkey. And also the you know, the imagery of a white man telling me to jump is just mad. But we continue. I've known Gareth since Sam City Skates, and then he had a shoe company afterward. Can't remember his name. Naturally, he is fully aware of FUCT aesthetic, and that's okay for maybe 2 or 3, for maybe a T or 2. But this has been going on for years. It's time to start calling them. So it's okay for him to copy you for 1 T or 2, but if he does 3, it's too much. Man, get over yourself, man. Brunetti needs to get over himself, bro. This guy thinks he's fucking Karl Lagerfeld out here, man. You're not that important, bro. Most people don't even know who the fuck you are. Yeah, I'm aware of hype sites posting this stuff, followed by comments from dimwits who just discovered streetwear saying, why is he complaining? He doesn't own this or that. This is a perfect example of how the dumbing down of society works. It props up big companies. How is he trying to act like Palace is fucking Nike or something? Fuck out of here, bro. If you think you've got better ideas, design them. There's brands on fucking IG that are like going with Palace in terms of sales, sell for sell, you know, whatever, SKU for SKU. Like, it's not that difficult. Like, if your stuff bangs, people will buy it. Like, what the fuck is he talking about, bro? He's acting as if there's like a monopoly on streetwear. There's so many kids out there looking for fucking cool new shit to wear. If you can design it and you can price it a certain way, you can put it on certain people and put it out there, the kids will follow and they'll buy it. It's clear. You can see it out there now at the moment. Jesus, look at that Alice brand. That Alice brand looks like he came out of nowhere. Now everybody's fucking wearing that fucking Star of David belt, the gloves, the hat. It's proof that if you design something cool, people will buy it. Art gallery or art department, whatever that fucking company's called, they're the same as well. Same sweat, same plain platter shit, but people love it. So yeah, stop complaining, man. Get good. This is why art has become so terrible over the past 10 years. It's all deliberate. It's meant to make everyone forget about a number one. It's made everyone forget about being number one. It's okay just to be number 2 or 3. This creates underachievers. That's exactly the type of people who have infiltrated and run these big brands. Hold on. How are you calling other people underachievers when you've clearly underachieved? That's why you're out here complaining and bitching and moaning. Like, calling other people who are calling you out underachievers. Huh? This guy has a mental illness, bro. I swear to God. And to continue, another one, last one, he says here, sorry to clog your storyline, but if you look at my personal IG, we don't care. Staring back about a year, maybe a little more, you can see plain as light, the new Palace collection, they should have called it in honor the Brunetti. Oh, this guy is so up his own ass, man. Jesus Christ. And then he writes in the comments of Stay Grounded here, some more comments because he just can't get enough of himself. Prior to 1990, before FUCT introduced this, simply did not exist in fashion. Sure, it looks easy because every golf ball with a laptop can now do it, the same way everyone is subtly a rapper thanks to similar technology. But without the likes of Son House, Chuck Berry, which eventually, oh my God, now he's giving you a fucking lesson on music history. Go and fuck yourself, man. Honestly, these people, honestly, some of the older folks in streetwear are such fucking turbo idiots. So insufferable. So insufferable, so exhausting. Like, get over yourself. Just because you were born much earlier in life doesn't mean you know anything. Doesn't mean you're wise. Doesn't mean you should be listened to. Doesn't mean everyone's copying you. You're just old. Like, go fuck off, man. Honestly. Oh yeah, yay. Anyway, he continues. What do you say here? But we've had the likes of Sunhouse, Chuck Berry, which eventually evolved into rap after many years. The rappers that put shit on SoundCloud would still be scratching their heads. How? Oh, worse, with the aforementioned, it wouldn't exist. It's time to grow up. Stop looking on the surface, pull the curtain back and learn. I bet none of you know where the name Denim Tears came from. That post will blow your mind. Ask Tremaine. Tell him I sent you. And see what answer he gives you. This industry has gone unregulated far too long. I'm not a regulator, not by far. That's stupid. But someone from the beginning of this must speak up and explain where they come from. It's too much history, visionism going on, and I fight for my place in history. I earned it. What have you done? So I'm not. So what did he say there? I'm not a. What did he say? This post will blow your mind. I'm not a regulator, but let me regulate, bro. You're not regulating shit, man. Honestly, most people don't know this guy even exists. I think that's why he's really mad. Like in the history books of streetwear, probably people will remember a New York thing. Big up fucking Aaron Bondra. People are probably more aware of like Mighty Healthy, Diamond Co Supply, the Hundreds, all these type of brands before even FUCT. And I think FUCT was way before those brands too. You know, A Life, like all these brands are probably way more popping, have way more history, are way more in the, you know, in the banks. Even stuff like what's that thing? Even stuff like LFG and shit. No, LRG. People probably remember LRG before they remember FUCT. I think that's why he's really mad. He's just mad that he's getting erased and no one's remembering what he's done. But again, you don't get remembered by like shouting that everybody's copying you. You just keep making good shit. And then people get reminded, oh shit, this guy's been making shit since the fucking 70s. Let's continue. Anyway, he says more. Here's my, oh my God, he's still not stopped talking. Here's my thoughts. So tired of this nonsense and the dimwits who know nothing about the art or of image reappropriation, which is what we started our brand with, and in turn initiated and created this billion-dollar industry. So he feels like he created a billion-dollar industry. You might have played a part, a very small part, because you had a brand early on, but to say that you created it is fucking insane. Less educated people call it ripping or logo flipping. They show their true IQ level when they don't question the root basis of the concept, which is done by us and of course Warhol prior. It's meant to evoke a collective familiar image because, no, from the past and the present, for example, we clearly didn't create the Planet of the Apes, nor are we trying to convince the viewer. However, taking that image and placing it out of normal context, which had never been done before, then placing it on a garment creates a new dialogue, with the viewer prompting the question of why. It evokes cultural collective memories of childhood and watching the... This nigga, man, it's not that deep, bro. Is the logo cool? Does it look good on a t-shirt? Does it bang on a hat? Is it good on the back? Does it work well as a small logo on the chest? A big logo on the back? Like, it's not that deep, man. This is how, honestly, this is how and why I began pioneered this process. Do you guys ask where a hoodie, the actual design, came from? Most people probably not. I'm not gonna lie. No, we just take it for granted. It's a hoodie. Who cares? There's print on it. Everything else looks easy, so simple. It's a seed, then grow into a tree and take it for granted. I'm here to get anything you want, job at me. You want to lob at me and never get this chance. Don't waste it. Stupid comment. Okay, this guy is a fucking idiot, man. This guy's a fucking idiot. I'm sure of it. As much as I dislike Palace and the people behind it and everything that they do, I'm gonna ride for them in case of this one. This guy's a fucking idiot. To think that all the designs that they're doing are centered around the stuff that he's doing is incredibly egotistical and just delusional, to say the least. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Every time he talks, you're reminded as to why his brand is so irrelevant and no one gives a fuck about him. And I think that's the main reason why he's so mad and why he's so bitter and why he sounds so, you know, delusional about the things that he's saying now. It's just fucking insane. It really is fucking insane. And also the goal of him to sit on here and think he's giving anyone a lesson in streetwear as if like he's the only person you can get it from is insane. We all have the internet. We all have eyes. We all Google. We have fucking the assistance of AI and shit. We can get the knowledge if we want to. People can maybe build on it if they don't want to. It doesn't fucking matter. And this constant, you know, respect me because I'm old shit is insane. No one's gonna respect you if you keep shouting about it, to be fair. Keep shouting about your respect instead of kind of, you know, acting like you deserve respect is two different things. But again, I'm not surprised because these older streetwear dudes have always been this lame. They've always been this lame. Ever since I got into the industry or got into the scene back in the day, they've always been like this. So it's kind of good to see that they haven't changed, you know, as older they've got. When they were lame when I got in, they're still lame now, which means they were always this lame. So yeah, so fucked, ironically. Fucked, ironically. Let's continue. YEEZY also has some new slippers I'm sure most people don't care about the slippers, but Yeezy does have some new slippers just dropped on the Yeezy Supply website. They're available now in white and grey. Obviously, most of you have probably seen them in the black, but they're now available in the white and grey also. I've not seen a bunch of people wearing them just yet, so I'm curious to see what they look like and if they're comfortable and shit. I know Justin the Boy said they were really comfortable, but again, he's very compromised, and he's also, you know, one of Kanye's best friends now, so it's hard to take his opinion seriously. And he's also not the most swaggiest guy in the world, so I'm not really gonna, you know, take any advice from him when it comes to shoes and shit. But when he took a picture of them on, they did look good. I'm not gonna lie. When I saw a picture of Justin the Boy wearing them, they did look pretty decent on. So I'm curious to see how they do end up looking when people start getting them. I can't wait to see some of the unboxings on YouTube when they do eventually drop. But you can get them available now at Yeezy.com or Yeezy YZY-SPLY YeezySupply.com. You can get a pair in all white and a pair in all grey to match the apparel that they have available, to match the apparel that they currently have available too. But of course, talking about Ye, the only thing that we can talk about is the tweets. I'm sure most of you are aware of what's happened, but Kanye woke up the other day on a mad one. I guess maybe he was fed up of the hate he was getting. Maybe he was fed. Maybe actually, I think maybe this tweet rant, because I feel like it went on for like 24 hours. I woke up and I just saw the timeline going crazy. I saw a bunch of Kanye fan pages basically waving the white flag and saying that they're not supporting him anymore. Big up Yeezy Icy Spicy. A bunch of them were just fucking had enough is enough. It kind of felt like another redo of the time when he said the Hitler shit, and a bunch of, you know, Yeezy fan pages, and I think a Reddit as well. I think a subreddit, a forum, they all kind of shut down in protest to what Ye said. And I guess the same thing happened again. The reason for this freak out, I'm gonna say, might have been because of the reaction that he got to Bianca Censori's naked dress that she wore at the Grammys. I think everybody's saying what they said about Bianca Censori's dress. A lot of the negative reactions, a lot of the opinions, a lot of the op-eds, a lot of the criticisms, a lot of the trolling, a lot of the memes. I think it got under his skin. And Ye's one of those people, being a fan of his, he doesn't like being told what to do. He's very much in this idea like, if you're rich and you're powerful, you get to do anything you want. He's also had a career where everyone kind of second guessed him, and every time he persevered and went through with his idea, it ended up being the best thing ever. From albums to singles to album covers to videos to clothing designs to casting to locations to collaborations, he's always been second guessed his entire career. And every time he's followed through with these instincts and gone through his gut, he's always bared the fruit of it. So maybe there's a part of him that's constantly thinking, every time I listen to you guys' advice and every time I go against your advice, I always win, but you also don't give me the leeway to just keep doing my thing. It's always like a questioning thing. So, you know, and obviously a bit of narcissism included in there. He's a bit egomaniacal. But as I've always said, as a big Ye fan, the biggest problem with Ye has always been, as soon as he made money, like real money, it was always going to go this way. Because Ye has always been this person. He's always been this person. He's always been this, like, he's always had this person inside of him. He just needed enough money and fame to allow him to do what he wanted to say, what he wanted to say without any repercussions, which is also quite admirable in a way. It's kind of the antithesis of fuck you money. Fuck you money essentially should give you the license to say fuck you. But in the world that we live in now, with people being ultra sensitive, with cancel culture being what it is, with thought police being who they are, with speech being deemed as worse as violence, which is fucking insane. It's not. Violence is violence. If you've ever been punched in the face, you know getting punched directly in the nose hurts way more than somebody cussing you out or saying racist things to you. It doesn't hit the same at all. So people in this world nowadays think that's the case. We're a little bit sensitive. And with the prevalence of social media, everyone's got an opinion. For someone like Ye who doesn't like other people's opinions, it can be a very weird thing to kind of navigate, right? A bit of a quagmire. So I think all those things have come, have kind of, intersected, and this is the person that we get now. We got this person who, because he's successful, because he's a billionaire, because he's been able to achieve things at the highest level, he probably now thinks his shit doesn't stink and he can say whatever the fuck he wants, which, comes with its good and bad. But I think as fans, we've kind of seen this before. I'm not gonna lie, it didn't move me in the slightest. None of these tweets moved me. Maybe because I'm not a part of the Jewish community. Maybe because I'm not a gay person, because he says some gay slurs here and there. Maybe because I'm not a woman, whatever it may be, I don't know. But I think it's more to do with the fact that I'm just numb to this shit. Like, unfortunately, I'm numb to this shit. I actually think it's kind of lame from Ye. I think this wanting to be an edgelord in your 50s is really tired. I think he's got enough talent, enough ability with his stuff that he does, art, creatively, music, even, especially even with the AI, that he could just let that speak for itself. And without going down this path and going out of his way to, because it's not like he's going out of his, it's not like he's, in my opinion, it's not like he's saying things because he thinks it's true. He's just saying things to annoy people and to show you that he can get away with it. So it feels kind of infantile. It feels very adolescent, you know, to be able to, oh look, I'm just going to say the most radical thing I can say, the most offensive thing, and you can't do anything. No, 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 no. Which I think is really odd and really lame for a guy that's got 4 kids, is married, is approaching his 50s. To be an edgelord is incredibly lame. It's same like being, you know, being in your fucking 50s and being a fucking contrarian. It's like, come on, please just give it up. Stand on something, believe on something. Don't just, I mean, not every day is going against the grain day. Like, allow it, we're tired. Just make some shoes, make some clothes, make some albums, put some good shows on and keep it moving. It's not that deep. But he feels like doing it, so, you know, who am I to tell him what to do? And I just sit here and enjoy the you know, the art itself. I'm not really that in, you know, I don't really that bothered about the things that he says in the slightest. But there are some things that he did say that obviously I was like, whoa, when I saw them. So one of the things that he said I was like, whoa, when I saw them was this. Big up the account Over and Under, the premier streetwear and sneakers and fashion culture Twitter account to follow in terms of news. So I recommend you check them out. Over and Under, spelled OVRUNUNDR on Twitter. Make sure you check them out. They're fucking awesome. They posted this screenshot where Kanye said, fuck Virgil. And he stood on it again. He repeated it again later on tonight. And yeah, don't get me wrong, it's sad, isn't it? It really is sad, because I think most of us came into the game loving their friendship, loving their collaboration, loving their loving their collaboration, loving their friendship, and just seeing them kind of grow together in the industry step by step was fucking sick. Some of us maybe are more Kanye fans than Virgil, or Virgil fans than Kanye, but we just loved kind of seeing them sort of like go from, you know, working together on small projects to basically taking over music, culture, design, fashion, sneakers together. It was fucking sick. It was a shame how it worked out in the end, where Kanye was the guy that probably should have got the Louis Vuitton job but didn't, because he just isn't the most easy probably to work with in that sense. But then Virgil basically had the things that Kanye didn't have. So Kanye maybe is a bit more radical, maybe has a little bit more of the original, you know, awesome kind of ideas. But Virgil had the ability to work with big corporations. He had the ability to work on underground shit and overground shit. I think he spoke about himself in terms of the high-low stuff. And I thought that was always a really good balance. And I thought that's what they should have continued doing. Having maybe Virgil be the front person to talk to some of these big corporations and brands, and having Kanye be the radical ideas guy and do it that way. But it is what it is. But this tweet is also not surprising, because if you've been paying attention, and again, it depends who you believe. If you've been paying attention, you would know that when Kanye was beefing with Tremaine Emory, founder of Denim Tears, he did say at one point, again, it depends if you believe the guy or not, but I'm prone to believe him, because he was on the inside. He was working with Ye. He knew Virgil very well, and he was in the industry for a long time. Tremaine Emory said himself that before Virgil unfortunately passed away, him and Kanye went on good terms. So much so that Virgil's family didn't allow Kanye to go to Virgil's private funeral, because he had allegedly had a funeral before the one that we saw. I think the one that we saw in the pictures and stuff was the one that was in the gallery. Like, I forgot what it's called when you go after a funeral, where people kind of talk on the stage and shit. So that one was the one that some public were allowed to go to, and other extended friends. But the close family and the close friends went to a private funeral, and Kanye wasn't invited. But and I don't think they even invited him to the second one, but he just went along anyway. So that was proof that they weren't on good terms at all. Because usually when someone passes away, even if you're not on good terms, you let bygones be bygones, but they didn't. So it kind of shows you how fractured their relationship was before he passed. But the weird thing is, before Virgil passed, whenever Kanye's name came up, he was very, very congratulatory and very chill and very like nice about him. He never once said anything bad about Kanye, which obviously makes what Kanye is saying here even more hurtful, because it's like, Jesus, man, even when that guy was, you know, probably still going through his illness and suffering, and he knew you guys weren't cool, he never aired it out. He always kept it private. He always kept it cordial. He always kept it cool. But Kanye's always gonna have his way to kind of shit on Virgil, which is really, not really sad. I kind of understand why he does it, because deep down he's jealous of Virgil and everything he basically was able to achieve. But I don't think jealousy is needed, because they're two different people. Virgil's just a way more palatable version of Kanye in terms of business. He's easier to get along with, easier to talk to, easier to just whatever. Kanye's never been that guy. He's never gone out of his way to not be that guy. So never understood why he would get jealous of somebody who's doing something that he's never gonna do. Kanye would probably think working for LVMH is like a form of slavery. You know, he's got those type of radical opinions. So if that's the case, let Virgil do his thing and you can kind of cheer him on or work alongside with him, do collaborations with him. That would have fucking banged, but he didn't. And you know, this is where we're at. So I'm not surprised this is the case, because I think Kanye probably isn't cool or doesn't, because I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I've seen Kanye in a picture with any of Virgil's friends post death. I don't think so. I can't think of many. Maybe ASAP Nast, maybe Don C, but there's not been many of Virgil's close friends that I've seen Kanye around. So clearly, you know, people picked a side, and most people picked the side of Virgil. And also, I don't see a lot of those people who are like suckers. The difference, I'm sure some of you guys have seen the difference in reception, or the difference in like stuff that you see online. When Kanye was at Adidas doing the Yeezy stuff, you'd see a bunch of his friends on social always posting pictures of like the shoes they got for free. Thank you Yeezy, thank you Kanye, thank you this, for every time they got the boots, some runway pieces that haven't been released yet. But then when he obviously left Adidas, and you know, he fell out with them for saying all that anti-Semitic thing, or going on his anti-Semitism promo tour, everybody kind of ditched him. And you don't really see a lot of those guys talking about Ye at all. Whether it's his designs, whether it's his albums, whether it's his release parties, videos, zero. So it's probably clear that behind the scenes, he's not cool with any of them guys. So maybe the fuck Virgil tweet was more fuck the whole industry, fuck his friends, fuck that whole collective of people, as opposed to just Virgil. I'm hoping. Again, I'm clutching at straws here, because it breaks my heart to see this. But it is what it is, isn't it? Kanye's been that kind of guy, and to be fair, they weren't really on good terms before Virgil passed. So I'm not too surprised that he still feels like this, especially when the guys, because sometimes when someone passes away too, there's usually a little bit of anger, especially if you haven't, you know, you haven't been able to kind of patch up your differences. So maybe there's a part of him that still kind of feels a little bit, you know, pissed off that they probably ended on bad terms before he passed, and he's probably aware that Virgil didn't fuck with him at all, even on his deathbed, which is probably really hard to take. But it's just sad, isn't it? It's sad to see it. It really is. Even as a fan, it's fucking sad to see it. And then the other thing that was really interesting about this is Gosha Rubchinsky, who's been the design director at YEEZY, has now stepped down, ended his partnership, which is fucking insane, because Gosha Rubchinsky had been cancelled from fashion because he's an alleged pedo. Again, we don't know if it's for certain, but some kid, I think he was like 16 or 17, came out with like DMs of like Gosha requesting some very salacious pictures of this kid allegedly, and everybody kind of, you know, was exposed to this, and it ended essentially his fashion career. And now, according to I think it was Luis Pisano said on social that he still is around, but he kind of sleeks around and gallivants around behind the scenes at fashion, but he never really steps out in front of the camera because everyone hates him and everyone kind of avoids him. So he's a little bit of a social pariah in the fashion industry. And essentially, Ye doing what Ye does, because he loves cancelled people. There's something about Ye that loves to try to rescue people that are cancelled. I think because everybody's tried to cancel him so much, he feels like the warrior, the savior of cancelled people. So Ye went out of his way to hire him as a design director, as a sort of fuck you to cancel culture, and to kind of revive his career. And now he's ending his partnership with Ye because of Ye's racy tweets. Now, I don't know what in particular Ye said that would have made him end the thing. It might have been some Jewish thing, I don't know. But I just find it incredible how Gosha Rubchinsky, a alleged pedo, has the nerve to moral grandstand, to virtue signal, even though he's an alleged pedo. Can you imagine like how toxic, how much of a problem you have to be if you're Ye, if an alleged pedo feels like he has the room, he has the space, he has the neck to come out and say, yeah, I'm ending it because you're a bad person, when they are an alleged pedo. I find that fucking fascinating, honestly. Fascinating. Anyway, Gosha Rubchinsky put out a comment here, statement about their partnership ending. By the way, he really did pussy out. He let the comments close, which is fucking hilarious because he knew what the comments would be saying, but he posted the post on Instagram anyway. It says the following: our partnership with YEEZY has reached its conclusion. The December drop was last for me. I'm deeply grateful for Ye and the entire YEEZY team for a memorable experience, one that will always stay with me. As I move forward, I continue to develop my creative vision. It didn't exist basically before Ye, so I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Exploring new projects, evolving past ideas in ways that feel true to me. In due time, I'll share more about the next up-and-coming Rubchinsky brand relaunch. To be fair, he should relaunch it, because if Alexander McQueen is still if Alexander Wang, sorry, Alexander McQueen, RIP to the fucking GOAT, our RIP Lee McQueen. If Alexander Wang is still in fashion now, and he legitimately was basically, it was proven to be true, innit? Like, he was fucking spiking models' drinks and taking advantage of them and shit. And he still got a career. He still has, you know, people, fashion people, celebrities at his shows. He's in magazines. He's still got his collection up on Vogue.com and shit. So if Alexander Wang could still have a fashion career, if fucking, what's his name? Yeah, whatever. I just can't think of the person's name I was thinking of just now. But if Alexander Wang could still have a fashion career, then so can Gosha Rubchinsky. Fashion's full of people that talk, you know, out both sides of their mouth. They try to virtue signal. They try to act all holier than thou. But really, when it comes down to it, no one really calls anybody out or really cuts connections with people, especially if they're able to put numbers on the board and put sales up there. So if he's able to kind of relaunch his brand and get people to fall in love back with it again, people will forget and move on from the shit that he did. But I just think it's hilarious how he has the nerve to act like he's some sort of moral arbiter of good and bad when he's an alleged pedo. And again, maybe I'm just, you know, incorrect here, but I think being an alleged pedo is way worse than coming out here and saying you love Adolf Hitler. I swear, especially if you're doing the Adolf Hitler thing for attention, which Kanye is definitely doing. Being an alleged pedo is definitely worse than saying you are a fucking anti-Semite. I swear to God it is. I swear it is. Because at least with the anti-Semite thing, in time, I could probably, you know, with probably experiences, with reading books and shit, going to visits, you know, the concentration camps, maybe we could turn you around and stop you being a Nazi sympathizer. But if you're an alleged pedo, there's no turning back from that. There's no conversion. There's no curing. There's no come to Jesus moment. You know what I mean? If you're an alleged pedo, essentially, if the world was fair, you know, you'd be fucking, you know what, you'd be something. You'd be something, but it wouldn't be out here making fucking fashion. So I find that absolutely hilarious that Gosha Rubchinsky will come out and say that. But I don't think Ye was too angry. I think Ye even said on his Twitter, yeah, I wish him all the best, all this malarkey going forward. So I guess that is what it is. And then of course we have the next slide. What else is posted here? Let's see before we continue. Bear with me 1 second. Oh yeah, it's written in Russian also. And we've also got here a picture of Ye and Gosha Rubchinsky back in the day. And it's weird too, because Ye's been a real solid fan of Gosha since the inception. He was a fan of Gosha when Gosha was associated with Demna and that girl that does they used to do the styling for Balenciaga back in the day in Vetements. He's been in touch and down with those guys from day. So for Gosha to jump ship when Ye is going through what he's going through, when Ye is the one that saved his career and is the one that resuscitated it and allowed him to design on that big scale the way he's designing now with YEEZY, is fucking hilarious. I just find that hilarious. Like honestly, fashion people have like the backbone of a fucking jellyfish, really, to be honest. So I guess it is what it is. But I was also curious to see what my guy, Who is Celebrity Vice, would say. An account on Instagram that I follow that's usually very good at kind of analyzing some of the stuff that Ye does, is very anti-Drake in some respects, but a really good Instagram follow to get in touch with. He hasn't posted anything about the Kanye stuff actually, which is interesting because he's usually very on top of like posting and trying to make sense of the thing Kanye says, but he hasn't said a single thing about Kanye's tweet rants. Not a single thing from Who is Celebrity Vice, which is interesting. Again, these people, man, like when it's time to actually, when he says some dicey shit and it's time to actually commentate and actually throw in your opinion into the ring, everybody come to run scared, which is probably the reason why he says what he says, because he's trying to show you, hey, this is what actually being free is like. This is what actually what saying what you want, what's on your mind is like. I just don't understand why having to say what you want should always include offending people. That's the thing, the way he kind of loses me. I get why he does it. I get his method or idea behind it, but I don't understand why saying what the fuck you want, saying what's on your heart, saying what's on your mind with no filter has to include offending people. That's not really necessary, right? Putting hate out there, especially in the world we're in now. There's wars, there's civil wars, there's catastrophes, planes falling out of the sky, you know, school shootings in Sweden. There's a bunch of shit going on. The world is a terrible place at the moment. And here you are just pouring out more hate, more division, you know, more anger, more whatever on the timeline. It's just not necessary. But I'm able to separate the art from the artist, so it doesn't bother me as much as most people. But I'm not gonna lie, it is kind of heartbreaking to wake up and see one of your favorite artists, one of your favorite creatives out there just, you know, tearing up the timeline with just pure unbridled hate, and essentially turning off his fans and turning into a civil war. I was a part of a Kanye or Ye space in the morning, and a bunch of fan pages were just really cut up about what was going on. They weren't sure what to do. They were confused. Some of them have quit. Big up YEEZY as spicy in terms of covering Ye, and there was a lot of internal struggle in terms of cope as well going on, trying to understand what was happening in real time. It was really sad to see, I'm not gonna lie. But let me check out some of the recent tweets actually. Recent tweets from Ye are as follows. This is from AF Post. AF Post has been on Ye, by the way. They've been tweeting some shit about him. AF Post says, revolutionary musician since German composer Richard Wagner, because of, okay, cool. Let's section post from him with the most interesting timeline. Some tweets from Ye as of recently. Some people I love, some people I got love for. I don't hate anyone, I just don't care about them enough to hate them. Cool. Another post from him. Imagine somebody tell you you can't do something and you listen to them. This person now has control over your life and they don't even pay for it. They controlled your words and you know you are free, and now you are a free prostitute. It's interesting how Ye thinks anytime someone's, maybe this is like trauma. It's interesting how Ye thinks anytime someone tells him something, it's almost a version of like, it's almost an inversion of like, it's almost like they're kind of trying to dominate, take over, control. Like, I don't know why he thinks that. Not every time someone tells you something, it's a form of like conflict or whatever. It's not, it doesn't work like that. I don't know why he thinks that. Maybe it's in his world. Anytime he gets feedback or notes, it's like it's very, there's some sort of like conflict in it, but I don't get it. Because he frames everything in like either you're the one, like in Kanye's head, either you're the one doing the fucking or you're getting fucked. And it's not always like that, you know? But his head is like that. It's so binary. Like, I'm the fucker, I'm not the one getting fucked. It's like, okay, bro, not everything is like that. Not every situation is a fuck situation. Sometimes there's some mutually beneficial situations where you help somebody out, they help you out, or you do something just for the love of it. But it doesn't mean when someone tells you to do something that they're trying to control you. But, you know, another tweet from him. I'm gonna start calling bitches F words, a bunch of sticks. Some, you know, I'm not homophobic. So basically, I feel like this has been his new word, the FAGGOTS word. That's been his new word that he's kind of learned and he's got courage to say now. Before it was the Hitler word, and now it's definitely that he's going with. I'm not too sure why. Maybe he's trying to purposely piss off the LGBTQ+A community. I don't know. But he said a lot of that in those tweets recently. Another tweet from him says, my sales doubled since last night. Damn, the world must be racist like me. Another person replied and says, you broke Kanye? And he replies and says, my name is Ye, you redact. Nice. Nice clapback. I like that. Are you broke, Ye? Are you broke, Kanye? My name is Ye, you redact. You redact. It's fucking hilarious. Another tweet from him. On another note, any bitch can get mad at you and claim rape. Then you're publicly guilty for the rest of your life, or until they take you down your helicopter in Calabasas where superheroes go to die. Huh? What? Is this about Kobe? So he's trying to say Kobe died because some dark forces took down his plane because of the alleged rape that he may or may not done in the pot. Like, what? Okay, I'm sure Kobe's family is happy to hear that. Another one. Here comes the threats from unknown numbers. Another one. David Stromberg played bully for Trav without me knowing, but I at least got him to cut that Jew fro. He did this. Who's that? Who's David Stromberg? He's got a Jew fro. Who's that? Who is David Stromberg? I got him to cut the Jew fro. Oh, hilarious. Who's this guy? He's an economist. A professor, Institute of National... Is he an economist? Oh no, he's Travis Scott Snow. That's another person. David Stromberg, there's two Strombergs. This Stromberg is Travis Scott's manager. I think it's this guy there. That's hilarious. I got him to cut off his Jew fro, you know. Yo, Kanye might hate Jews more than he hates LVMH. More than he hates Kering. More than he hates Nike. You know? He hates Jews so much, bro. He hates Jewish people so much. It's so fucking wild. He hates them so freaking much, man. He needs to relax. Okay, cool. Another one. No, he carries on that one. David Stromberg played bully for Trav without me knowing, but I at least got him to cut that Jew fro. He did this scam that merch Jew Charles Mangin to collect me and other slaves. What? Rappers' emails without us knowing to raise value of Charles Mangin's company. Okay? I'd rather be a colonizer than being colonized. Soak on that one. Soak that in. I'd rather be a colonizer than be colonized. Soak that in, okay? Another one from Ye. I don't need or want the support of no broke ass slave musicians. You're all slaves. Y'all slaves to Nike when you dare. Y'all slaves to your label. You're slaves to N-words extorting you. What's he saying here? Yo, everyone's a slave apart from Ye, innit? Ye's the only free person in the world right now. We're all slaves. Ye's the master of all things. He knows everything. We are the psychos. We are the crazy ones. I don't need or want the support of no broke slave musicians. You're all slaves. You're slaves to Nike when you dare. You're slaves to your label. You're slaves to N-words extorting you. You're slaves to your management. You're slaves to your bitch. You're slave to drip. You're slave to your own perception. You lie on songs. You don't think of anything of value. You're R-worded and dumb. Cool. Anyway, another one. No musician has done what I've done since Wagner. Hail Hitler. Just reminding you where he stands. Yo, this guy, man, this guy is on a mad one. Okay, let's read this one in full because I want to see what he's talking about. Oh yeah, yeah. I feel sorry for the Ye pages, man. The Ye fan pages are going through it right now. No musician has done what I've done since Wagner. Hail Hitler. No musician is doing what I've done, what I'm doing, sorry, or will be able to do what I'm doing. No, sorry, let me read that again. No musician has done what I've done since Wagner. Hail Hitler. No musician is doing what I'm doing or will be able to do what I'm about to do. Why? First of all you N-words is broke and ran by, say it with me now, the Jews. Second of all, I'm just better than everyone by light years. Immeasurably better than everyone ever. N-words don't make that fresh out of the box Super Nintendo. N-words shit not exciting unless they copy my whole shit. N-words is boring. N-words all say the same shit. N-words is pussy and would never get off Spotify. I know it's some F-words, arse N-words thinking when I see that N-word, but you will never see me. I don't be where bro ass copycat rappers be. He's talking all this bossy talk. But then he's also saying you're never, like, he kind of sounds like academics here. I can say what I want, you're never gonna see me. He's kind of sounding like academics. I'm not gonna lie, he's kind of sounding like academics. Every rapper is Ye until Ye show up. Only rappers that never cross me in any ways. Okay, I'm interested to see this list. I want to see this list. Where's this list of people? I want to see this. The only rappers that never crossed me in any way is Thug, Carti, Quavo, Rocky, Nas, and Eminem. Is Nas a rapper though? He hasn't made music in years. Would you call Nas a rapper? Not too sure about that. Oh, and by the way, I feel like Ye's social media or Twitter is also breaking the internet. On my phone, some of his tweets don't load, and now my computer is making my Google Chrome crash. So I feel like Ye's social media is like literally breaking the internet. Maybe there's a lot of people, you know, trying to report him or he's making the Twitter site overload, but definitely something's going on here. Yeah, only rappers that never crossed me in any ways are Thug, Young Thug, Playboy Carti, Quavo, ASAP Rocky, Nas, and Eminem. I think it's just the nature of the sport of rap. Everybody want to be number one, so it's hard to deal with the fact that it's me and there's only one Ye God on earth. He didn't mention Tyler the Creator there, by the way. So did Tyler cross him? Is Tyler and Ye not in a good space? Because Tyler's always supporting Ye, and he didn't mention him. I don't think Tyler's ever crossed Ye. Interesting. No, there's no Tyler the Creator one there. Let's continue. Concerning crypto. Oh yeah, by the way, the crypto thing was crazy, right? The crypto thing was crazy. They send me that crypto connect. Where do I use? I don't use a middleman. Brian Armstrong. I'll ask. So yeah, the crypto thing was crazy. Hold on, if I can get it. Let me see if I can get it. There's a crypto thing that he posted that's absolutely wild. So many, oh my god, so many tweets. Let me just read all the tweets out. There's so many tweets here. Jesus Christos. Why do comrades, colleagues, and competition all start with the same letters? George Farmer, I did not fuck your wife. Rest easy. Gerald Kushner, on the other hand. Is he saying he fucked Ivanka? Isn't that who the white? Hold on. George Farmer. Who the fuck is George Farmer? Yo, Kanye's on a mad one. I'm literally reading his tweets now as we type. I think it's Saturday the 5th of February at nearly 10 to 12. So George Farmer is Candice Owens' husband, right? Okay. So he's saying to this person, hey, don't worry, I didn't fuck Candice Owens. But he's then saying he fucked Jared Kushner's wife. Who's that? Is he being for real? Isn't Jared Kushner's wife Ivanka Trump? Or am I bugging out? Jared Kushner, yes, his wife is Ivanka, yeah. Oh my god. Is he? Do you think he's trolling or is he telling the truth? That is wild. What? Hold on, is he telling the truth or is he just trying to pull people's leg? Is he trying to be? Is he trying to be like, you know? He's trying to ruffle some feathers. Holy smokes! Hold on. You know what? I need to get this. I need to get this page for myself. I need to hold on. Let's just do this properly because I need to see all of this shit. I need to see all of this shit. Yo, Ye is on a mad one. He's saying he fucked Jared Kushner's wife. That is absolutely insane. I'm not sure if I believe him, but why would Ye unnecessarily lie? But maybe he would lie just to kind of, you know, just to kind of piss everybody off. He would just lie just for the sake of it. But I can't imagine why he would. It doesn't really make any sense. I want to load these tweets again. Bear with me 1 second. I need to load these tweets again one more time because I need to see if this is true. Let me exit page and let's get these loaded again because this is absolutely insane. Oh my god. This is insane. He threatened to smash who? Was it Kamala Harris? And now he's saying he fucked Jared Kushner's wife. Yo, absolute mad lad. Absolute mad lad. Okay, let's see what pops up here. Let's refresh again. I think Ye's page is like crashing the internet. I know my computer is usually slow, but even when I was trying to load his profile on my phone, some tweets wouldn't load. You have to keep refreshing it. So I think his tweets are literally taking all the bandwidth away from fucking Twitter and kind of causing a lot of trouble. But I'm on his page now. I'm on the replies. Let's do it one more time. Let's see here. Yeezy does not hire fat or ugly people. And he posted a picture of Munjaro, which is another version of Ozempic, I'm assuming, right? Yo, this guy is too much, man. Everyone's getting it. Fat people, gay people, Jewish people, black people, white people. Everyone's getting it. Married people, single people, meme pages, stan pages. Everyone's getting it. Wow, just heard the news. Okay, big up Corn, just heard the news. Rest in peace, Kanye. He replied, of course, your accordion broke. Ye hints that he slept with Jared Kushner's wife, Ivanka Trump. Wow. That is insane. If that's true, that's insane. That's true. Like, that is absolutely fucking wild. If that is true, that he fucked Ivanka Trump. Oh my god. Let's continue here. What else did he say? What else has he said? Look, see what I mean about his page? Like, it's not loading some of the tweets on purpose. I wonder if they're trying to throttle his account or if there's just too much people loading it up at the same time. I don't know, but it's not loading. There we go. Now it's loading again. Let's see what we can see here. Man, what's going on? These pages are loading for me. Okay, there you go. Now it's loading. There we go. What are you saying here? So let's see some new ones. George Farmer, I did not fuck your wife. Rest easy. Jared Kushner on the other hand. Oh, I also brought back the word honky. You're welcome. By the way, doesn't Jared Kushner own a piece of YEEZY or something weird? Do I remember that correctly? Or am I bugging out? Wasn't there like a time everyone found out that Jared Kushner owns a bit of YEEZY, or maybe it's Skims? I think he owns a percentage of one of those companies, weirdly enough. Anyway, continuing on. You can never be an older honky boy. You can only be his boy. Soak that in. What? Okay. All the best to my friend Gosha. Let's hang in Russia again this summer. To Valentine and Oleg. To love all of you. Thank you for everything. So I guess those are the people that left with Gosha. Maybe that was Gosha's team. Gosha Rubchinsky. Another one says, I would imagine everyone on the planet wish they could do what I've done in the past 12 hours. I don't think so. One of the stand pages says the following to him: nobody liked Vultures 2 because you used AI. Stop being lazy and actually record, which a lot of fans agree with. So big up Goodar Sub. And Ye replied to Goodar Sub, one of his main stand pages, and said, fuck you, bitch. I liked it a little. Which is definitely an admittance, I think, partially from Ye, that he knows that AI stuff doesn't sound good. He's trying to sell it as if AI is a new auto-tune, but it's not the same thing. People are just telling you to rap, please. People don't mind if you use AI for instruments or whatever, or to add certain bits on a song, but to just replace you actually trying to rap with AI is fucking insane. And from what I've understood, he's just not rapping. He just would rather write the raps and have AI say them in a text-to-speech type of way, which is obviously terrible. But he continues, I was trying to think of Travis' tweet, but then I just didn't care. Now back to these woke fat bitches. Plastic surgery gives people a second chance at life. This is definitely words from a recent skinny person. Ye was super fat just not that long ago, maybe a year ago. Ye was looking crazy out here, and now he's got a bit fit. He lived in Japan for a bit. He got his diet locked in. He probably worked out a bunch, went, did his daily walks, or he got on fucking whatever Bianca's and Zoe's routine is, because she was always looking very tight. And now he's, somewhat fit and in shape. He's now shitting everybody. Standard, recently skinny fat person shit. Good morning, retard. Oh, oops, I said the word. Redax. I love gay people, he said here. All my gay friends know that, but y'all ain't finna take the word F from me. He continues, last night I single-handedly brought back the word F and R word, you're welcome, or thank me later, deciding what ending is better. And they've also limited the visibility of these tweets because I guess they're hateful, so you can't retweet them or share them. Another one says, so I guess Twitter is free speech, but you just can't share hate speech, which is interesting, which is kind of, against the whole super free speech thing, isn't it? Because you should be able to share hate tweet. But I guess you can hate tweet, but someone can't share it. So I can see it, but I can't share it, which is, whatever. Another one, the Jews wrote Martin Luther King speech, Happy Black History Month. I got back to 2.77 billion without a coin, remember that. Yes, I work with gay people and still use the word F. And any gay person that works with me and gets mad at me using that word, F is an F, which is funny in some ways. You saying I should see my kids F. Do you even have kids? Are you even a real person? Oh, he's responding to Luis Pisano. Nice. Big up my guy, Luis Pisano. What did Luis Pisano say to him? He responded to my G, Luis Pisano. What did Luis Pisano say to him? Because he's usually got some good replies and clapbacks. Go see your kids. He's saying, do you even have kids? Bro, that's not the point, But let's see. What did Ye respond to? Or did Luis Pisano delete that? Hope he didn't delete the tweet. See the original tweet? There we go. Oh, he says, okay, it's time for Kim to file for sole custody. Wow. So he didn't even at Kanye, and Kanye responded. Interesting. So I guess he's searching his name or just reading the timeline. He didn't even at Kanye. Maybe it's time for Kanye to file for sole custody. Yeah, that's a problem with Ye now. Every time Ye tweets and goes on these rampages, even though people don't want to feel sorry for Kim, and they probably don't like the Kardashians, every time he tweets, it makes people feel more and more sorry for her and understand her position even more. Now, she was married to this guy at one point. She was married to this guy.
she met him as a free spirit, then he became a Christian, then he went all like what country, like she had to put up with a lot, man. Solidarity with Kim Kardashian, she had to put up with a lot. It continues. Fat bitches are sex offenders. I see them and I'm sexually offended. Making lingerie for fat bitches is like giving knives to little kids. They're gonna hurt somebody. If you find yourself in a fat bitch PE, just remember it's because you're broke. God almighty. Okay? Retro tweet. Don't call me anything for anything textable. I like that, by the way. I also think I would add to this and say, don't voice note me anything you can text. Please, for the love of God. Don't voice note me anything you can text. So I agree with this one. I'm actually going to like that one there. I'm going to give Elon his flowers for allowing my fuckery. It's a whole new world. I got to say, Elon's a real no. Look, yeah, this is the tweet that messed me up, bro. This is the one that messed me up. So Ye posted allegedly this tweet or this text he got from somebody proposing that he do a rug pull. He launched his own cryptocurrency in the midst of all this hype around his name. Now I understand why influencers do these cryptocurrency coins and why they constantly try and scam audience. Because you remember, sometimes you hear like of an influencer, maybe somebody super big on YouTube. You're like, why the fuck's this person like scamming their fans? Like a Logan Paul or Jake Paul. You already got money. Why would you do this? Why would you do this? Like recently with that Hawk Tour girl. Like, why would you do this? Why would you fucking scam your fans? Now it makes sense. The money is just insane. Look at what this person proposed. They sent a text to Kanye and said, X promotional contract. They will give him 750 grand up front. Then they'll pay him 1.25 million after 16 hours of his X post. So he has to put up the post about he's launched a meme coin and they'll pay him 1.25, but they'll give him up front 750 grand. And if he keeps a post up after 16 hours, he gets 1.25 mil. Your post must stay up for 8 hours. It is a promotion of a fake Ye currency. After 8 hours, you may post, my account was hacked, the post was not me, which is what everyone does, by the way. The company asking you to do this will be scamming the public out of tens of millions of dollars. Which always happens. That's the same thing with the rug pull. It wasn't me, I was hacked, I got bad advice, I'm sorry, and they still don't give the money back. So Ye turned this down, which is fucking amazing. But this is also proof of why these influencers cannot resist launching meme coins, cannot resist rug pulling their audience, because the money just let's just imagine this is Kanye's fee, right? Because he's Kanye. So let's half all the offers. Let's half them. That's still a lot of money. Imagine if you half 750. That's like what, 350? Let's say 300,000, 300,000 or 325,000, right? Up front, and then you get, let's say, $500,000. After you leave it for 16 hours, you're basically making $1 million in 24 hours for one tweet. Two tweets. One tweet saying you launched the meme coin or the cryptocurrency, and another tweet saying you were hacked. For 2 tweets, you get 1 million, potentially 1 to 2 million. No wonder these guys are fucking doing it. It makes complete sense. Wow. Anyway, it continues. I'm God. This number one good ass sub says this can't be the same guy who wrote Husband. He tweets and says, y'all ain't even like that song niggas fronted on Vultures 2, and you're right, I'm not the same guy, I'm God. Okay, that's good. I think he also tweeted something about never meet your heroes, which I really rate as well, by the way, because I believe that you should never meet your heroes. You're right, I'm not the same guy. I'm God is fucking hilarious. Okay, the tweets aren't loading again. Oh, there you go, the load. You can never be older, honkies. No, it's not. Come on, load. Why aren't these loading? Why aren't these tweets loading? Come on. There we go. Let's see the tweets load. Bear with me a second. I'll read some more, and then I'm gonna end it because this is kind of making me sad already. Come on, load. Why are these tweets not loading? Jesus, it's so weird how they're not loading. Okay, cool. Here we go. Another one. This is from JPEG Mafia. JPEG Mafia tweeted and says, "I do not support Diddy. I'm not a Nazi. I don't hate Jews. I don't like Trump. I don't hunt pedos. And I'm a grim reaper to all women beaters in my general vicinity." This was true before Ye tweeted tonight, and it's still true right now. Is that enough for you 11-year-olds? So I guess JPEG Mafia fans were coming at him because he's worked with Ye and he didn't condone what he said, I guess. And Ye said, I love that JPEG Mafia got his own opinions. I love JPEG Mafia. Niggas don't got to dress like people actually have different opinions about everything. I feel like this is a diss, I'm not gonna lie. I think him saying niggas don't dress alike is a kind of a diss because JPEG Mafia, man like Peggy, has a very distinctive way of dressing. I think that's a bit of a diss. I'm not gonna lie. Another one shows Ye on his site has the White Lives Matter t-shirt, by the way, which is again troubling, but it is what it is. White Lives Matter t-shirt is now on sale on Yeezy.com, and he's also got a Sean John shirt available for sale too. It was available in blue, but that's got taken down. So you can buy a Sean John t-shirt, which is in honor and collaboration with Diddy, because he wants to free Diddy and think he did nothing wrong. And there's also the return of the infamous White Lives Matter t-shirt, which is available now if you want to purchase it, courtesy of the Yeezy store. That's it in white and that's it in black. The notorious White Lives Matter t-shirt, which I was actually thinking, like, imagine if I wore this in Berghain. I'd love to see what would happen. Like, if I put this on and had it on in Berghain, I'd wonder, would I get chucked out? Like, would they throw me out if I had this on? Probably wouldn't it? I'd probably get excommunicated. Whatever that word is. What's that word? Is it like Hazon Botun? I forgot. There's some word about getting banned or something. I wonder what happened if I had this on in Berghain. Fucking crazy. Yeah, he's out here pissing everybody off. Another one says, thank you for the free promotion from AF Post. Bitches, suck my N-word cock. I know your wives want to. Nobody's wife wants to fuck Ye. Always. Everybody's wife wants to fuck Ye. Always remember that, pussy. What you gonna do? Close my account. Try to extort me. You N-words funny to me, and that's that point we'll hail Hitler again. The 5 Jews that work for me did not quit after last night. I got 3 words. Ching, ching, ching. I'm not too sure if that's a racial slur or if that's him saying cash register about he's got money, that's why they're not leaving. I don't know. Another one says Jewish people actually hate white people and use white people. He says this is something I never realized. Okay, someone tweeted one of his tweets and says how this is a hateful comment. And he said this is something I never realized till after the Jew fallout. As a black man, I never knew or recognized that there was a difference between Jewish people and white people. I was hanging out with racist white dude as always, and he told me Jews are not white. Jews are not white. They're Jewish. Okay, cool. I guess. Yeah, these tweets are a lot, man. I don't know if I can read too much more. It's kind of giving me a headache. I'm not gonna lie. This stuff is giving me a headache, and I'm sure those of you listening are not probably enjoying this experience either. So I'm gonna read a few more, then I'm gonna leave this. Ye unfollowed. Sorry, Travis Scott unfollowed Ye, and everybody noticed it. And Ye tweeted and says, "I love Trav, Virgil, and Drake." Let me actually post this another thing. I want to hear what he said here about Travis Scott, because Travis Scott is also a very fucking he's a very he's not the best friend in the world. He did Drake dirty too. I don't think Drake's on good terms with Travis. He's not on good terms with Kanye now. So it is what it is. I wouldn't really count Travis's friendship as anything. He's a little bit fly by night. He says here, Ye, in response to Travis allegedly unfollowing him, "I love Trav, Virgil, and Drake. Drake the realest one of those 3 though. He's not fake cool. He's just talented as fuck. And yes, it's fuck Virgil and any of those other niggas that worked with for me, then used me, then went against me. I love Virgil and he used that very love to beat me. I guess Nigerians are super smart." I swear he's not Nigerian. I swear Virgil's Ghanaian, isn't he? Wasn't Virgil Ghanaian? I don't think he was Nigerian. Or am I mistaken? I swear Virgil was Ghanaian. But anyway, who cares? He probably fits the same thing. Flew to Paris for a hug. Stole my position in culture strategically. Did he steal your position or did you give it up by being divisive and unlikable and shit and hard to work with? Wasn't that the main reason? I don't know. Kanye is a bit strange, man. Kanye would have never worked at LVMH. He's just not going to take that job and be that person. Never. So I don't know why he thinks he actually did steal his position. Strange, isn't it? Really, really strange. Let me play the video. Let me see what the song is.
Flew the bear for a hug. At that much needed. We was down on the thugs. We was trying to show love when we had the tight jeans. Everybody was a thug. Everybody flew the bear for a hug. Flew the bear for a hug.
R.I.P. Virgil, man. Shit's sad, man. Shit's sad.
At that much needed love. It was what it was, it is what it is. We up in the this, we double the this, and all of the this. It couldn't was done, couldn't done for the this.
Okay.
We was done on the
Cool.
thugs.
Press this. One
We
second.
was trying to show love when we had the tight jeans. Everybody was a thug. Everybody blew the parrot for a hug. Blew the
What can you
parrot
say,
for
really?
a
What
hug.
can you say, man? What can you say? Disappointing situation
That
to see.
much needed love.
Let me just get this to play this again, man. No, it's not. Come on, go back.
Was what it was, it is what it is. We up in the this, we double the this, and all of the this. It couldn't was done, couldn't done for the this.
Can we stop now, please? Is that possible? I don't want to keep playing this shit, but yeah, this page. I don't know. I think Ye is causing a bit of a internet freeze at the moment. Every time I try and load some of his tweets, it kind of freezes my Google Chrome. I think he's pouring out so much hate, and everyone's frothing at the mouth for some hate that it's making everything stop. So I've got to exit it one more time, and then yeah, man, I think there's just my computer's just not able to handle the hate. There's just too much hate. The computer can't handle so much hate. It's like, you know what? We've had enough of this hate. Please, please, no more hate, please. Oh man, I don't know. Ye's cutting the grass, as the title of the podcast says here. He's cutting the grass. He's saying the most divisive and controversial shit possible to get people to fall out of him, so you can see who's really on his side, which is, you know, whatever. And yeah, the fans have to come and pick up the pieces. Ben Shapiro is concerned that Ye may unalive himself. Really? Ben Shapiro is concerned that Ye might unalive himself. Ben Shapiro, man, who cares what Ben Shapiro thinks? But let's see what Ben Shapiro has to say here.
Yeah, I'm actually concerned. My fear is...
Well, what's he gonna say? I actually want to hear this. Come on, please work for me, mate. Come on, stop being lame.
My fear is Ye might do something that he regrets.
What's he gonna say here? Let's see if we can play. That Munjara tweet is fucking legendary, though. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I gotta exit it again. Jesus, what the hell's going on with this? With his page? His page is literally freezing the internet, isn't it? Yeah, his page is literally causing a fucking bandwidth to go flipping crazy. What's happening here? Let me just see one thing. Cool. Yeah, I think it's Ye's page. Honestly, I've been trying to load it even on my phone with 3G, and it's still going a bit crazy. Okay, cool. There you go. Now it's working. What's he saying?
I'm concerned he's going to kill himself.
I would not be surprised, God forbid, something should happen, that Ye should do something to himself, given his behavior. I mean, I would not be surprised, God forbid, something should happen, that Ye should do something to himself, given his behavior. I mean, I would not be surprised, God forbid.
Okay, cool. And what did Ye say in reply? Ye said as a reply, "Thank you for calling me Ye. This warms my heart, and thank you for being concerned about my personal well-being." Or wait, is them some setup to come kill ma and say I killed myself? If I magically die, blame Ben Shapiro. Yo, this guy's too much, man. This guy's too much. Blame Ben Shapiro if I die, you know. Imagine Ben Shapiro took him out. That's fucking hilarious. Ben Shapiro getting perp walked out of the station or to the station like the fucking like that like Luigi Mangione. Imagine Ben Shapiro getting perp walked like Luigi Mangione, flanked by loads of police and Gavin Newsom and shit. Oh, that would be hilarious, man. That would be hilarious. God forbid, obviously, but that would be hilarious. Let's see the other tweets load. Come on here. Let's see. Can I see them, please? Where are these other tweets? And then I'm going to end it because random show is going to start in about 10 minutes. So let me do a few more. Ye tweeted earlier on that grown ass men in dumb ass fur hats and shit. Fuck's wrong with you? And somebody tweeted and shared a picture of him in a fur hat, and he said, "You right. Look at this dumb as shit. I got so many rappers' costumes. Maybe I'll find the real me after all these tweets." Another person says, "You bitches were not R-worded. Pardon me. Let me put this in Ye all caps. You, me, two bitches did not get R-worded. You extorted N-words. N-words mean men. Bitches means bitches. I think Brian Callen will probably like that. Me Too is woke agenda. Me Too is extortion. If an N-word really taped you, then it's legal. What? If an Me Too is extortion. If an N-word really taped you, then it's legal, not financial. Can't nobody see that? Huh? Puff got me too'd. So did I. Free Puff. Did Puff get me too'd because of fighting or because of the money? I never seen a broke N-word get me too'd. Sexy. Posts a picture of himself. I channeled Andrew Tate on a few of those tweets. My favorite tweet tonight was about woke fat bitches. Nobody see that shit. Yo, real talk, I gotta give it to his broke ass N-word Jasper his credit. I also wouldn't have peeped that. Okay, cool. He posts a picture of himself wearing a Say No to Nazis t-shirt. It says, I used to be woke too. Yeah, okay, cool. I want this to get old. Me loving Hitler is old news. Me loving Hitler is old news, you know. Yeah, I think I'll end it there. I think I'll end on that little bit of hate there. Anyways, Ye's on a mad one. I'm sure some of you are going to continue watching his tweets. Me personally, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for tuning into the Zinga Show episode number 872. It's been a pleasure to have your company. If you're watching the podcast live on stream, please make sure you like the stream down below. Subscribe to the channel, that'd be greatly appreciated. For those of you listening to this via the podcast app, please leave me a 5-star review on all of those podcasting apps that you listen to. That'd be greatly appreciated too, especially Spotify. Leave me a good 5-star review on this. People can find the show, see that it's doing well, see that people are enjoying it, and they can spread it and share it to other people. That'd be greatly appreciated. For those of you listening to the podcast via the podcasting platforms, you're going to be hearing a tune today underneath my voice right now. The tune today I'm playing is by the legend that is St. John. St. John's got a new album coming out in March, and one of his singles that he just dropped is called Poppin. It's a sick track. I'm a big fan of St. John, not Sean John. Very underrated artist. Probably takes a few too many breaks between albums, but still, when he's ready to drop, he's always fucking amazing. So check out St. John, new record now called Poppin. That's my tune today. For the rest of you, take care, be well, and for those of you watching the show live, you'll be redirected to the random show, so you don't need to miss a beat. When the stream ends, you'll get redirected to a random show, and I'll be there in about 5 minutes. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you guys again very soon. Peace.